Okay, so here's the experiment that I've done. Natanda naman ba yung pink ay yung reference namin? So, di ba remember this is one way? Di ba remember normally, the 4 beads minus 1 factorial minus 1 factorial, that would be 3 beads. 3 factorial. Then, di ba remember because there are 2 that are duplicated, so therefore, that is ano yun, 2 factorial. So therefore, this is the duplicate, di ba? This one is the same as this one. This one is the same as this one. Pero, di ba remember sabi ko, in a necklace, it has to be flipped over. Kung mag-flip over to, it will look like this. It's the same. So that's one way. One way talaga to. And then this one, kapag flip over mo to, it will be here. At dito naman, it's still the same. So this is considered one way. Di ba remember normally, that's supposed to be, I know naman, 4 minus 1 factorial is 3 factorial. 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial is equivalent to 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 2 times 1. This guy cancels and we're just left with 3. Pero we have to divide it by 2 and the answer we get is 1.5. Pero we cannot have 1.5. And if we can see, look at this. This is already one way and this is another way. So tama, it's not, you cannot have a decimal. So therefore, you can just convert this to a whole number and make it 2. So therefore, there are 2 ways. Now going back now to the problem. Diba remember sabi ko dito, in a garland she made, there are 6 red beads, 4 blue beads, and 2 white beads. Diba remember, this is the method. 11 factorial, divide by 6 factorial, divide by 4 factorial, divide by 2 factorial. Pero, your answer must be divided by 2. It's because you're going to flip the necklace over. So, yun yung sagot. So, divide by 2. Okay? So, yun. Divide by 2. Now, let's put this on Excel. So, ito yung solution sheet ko, okay? So, therefore, this is fact of 11 divided by fact of 6. Fact of 4. Fact of 2. Divide by 2. And the answer you get is 577.5. Pero take note, you cannot have 577 ways, 0.5 ways. So you're gonna have to convert that to 578. So that is 578 ways. Okay? That is your answer in letter E. Alright? Next, letter F. Same as letter E. But find the probability that all the red beads must be separated. Ayan, so that is conditional probability. Di ba remember sabi ko dito, the red beads must be separated. Di ba remember the probability in circular permutation such that everything must go together is in this formula. Nasaan yung formula na yan? Ayan. N minus R factorial. Di ba? And then you're gonna have to divide that by the number of duplicates. Kasi di ba remember there are beads that are the same. Pero I think maybe siguro in this particular concept, they don't care about this eh. Unless lang talaga unique yung color. No! Gago ka, Ruthie. Okay. So yan. So di ba remember that's N minus R factorial. So therefore, di ba remember there are 12. And then di ba remember sabi dito, the red beads must be separated. Kasi nga dapat, ang mga red beads dapat ay separated. Di ba? Separated dapat ang mga red beads. So therefore, if we were to write this in our notebook, in our formula, ito yun. So 12 minus R factorial, the R is 6. Di ba? Times the 6 factorial, di ba? So therefore, 12 minus 6 factorial is 6. 6 times 6 factorial is just 6, di ba? It's 720 times 720 squared, di ba? If we were to do this the linear way, we know that this is going to be ano yun. Di ba remember the red beads must be together. There are 6 beads together. And then the other color beads that are not together, that is 6 factorial. Then times 7. But since we're talking about circular permutation, hindi kailangan tayo mag-shift yung isa. No shifting. So therefore, it's just 6 factorial times 6 factorial. Tama? Pero we need to subtract that. So therefore, this will be n minus 1 factorial minus 6 factorial times 6 factorial divide by ano yun? 2. Diba? Divide by 2. Diba? We need to divide that by 2 because, diba remember, sabi Sabi ko dito, we need to we need to divide by 2. Diba? Because it's a necklace. Okay? Let's do this. Fact of 11, well, minus 1, minus the product of fact of 6, fact of 6. You should get this answer. And then whatever answer you get here, you need to divide that by 2. And you should get this answer. Diba? So the answer is 19,699,200 ways. Pero that's not the final answer yet. Kasi nga, that's just asking for the number of ways. So we need to divide this by the probability. So we need to divide it by the total number of ways. And that is n factorial, n minus 1, divided by 2. So therefore, it's gonna be, ano to? 12 minus 1, factorial of 12 minus 1, divide by 2. Diba? And then we need to divide. So when we do that, the answer is 98%. So yan. So the answer is, ano to? 98.70%, such that the red beads must be separated. Okay, so that's a large chance for that to happen. Yun lang. I'm not so sure if this is the right answer, pero we'll double check on that na lang sa later. Next, letter G. In a 30 beaded garland she made, there are 10 pink beads, 5 violet beads, 4 golden beads, 3 red beads, 5 sky blue beads, and the rest are just normal blue beads. Find the probability that the blue and the golden beads must be grouped together. Ayan, diba remember sabi ko, when they're grouped together, ibig sabihin, kasama sila. They are grouped. Hindi pwede sila magkakahiwalay. Tama? Now, that one involves conditional probability. So, if I were to do this, ganito yung formula. So, ito yung formula na ginawa ko sa notebook. Ito yun. So, diba remember, we know that there are 10 pink beads, 5 violet, 4 gold, 19, 3, 22, 5 sky blue, and the rest are just plain, normal, blue beads. Okay? So, therefore, we sum everything up. Ganito yun. So, diba remember, ilan yung mga beads doon? In a 30 beaded garland that she make. Diba remember, she's going to use 30 beads to make the garland. Diba remember, that is the 30 bead garland. So, there are 10 pink beads in the garland, 5 violet, 4 na gold, 3 na red, and 5 na blue. So, therefore, ang solution namin ay 30 minus the sum of the pink beads. And then, ilan yung mga red beads dito? 5 violet, 4 na golden. Ilan yung mga red? 3 red. 5 na blue. And then, the answer is 3. So, therefore, there are 3 blue beads. So, yun yung sagot. Okay? Or let's just type this na lang in Microsoft Excel para hindi tayo mahirapan. Kasi nga, diba yung... So, therefore, the total is 30. And then we have red, gold, blue, sky. That's short for sky blue. Violet. And then pink. Okay? So for the red, there are 10. 10 na pink. Ilan yung mga violet namin? Sorry. 4 na golden. 5 na violet. Ilan yung mga sky? 5. 3. And then to solve for blue, this one minus this, minus this, minus this. Wait. Kasi nga that is supposed to be M88 pala. Not L. That's supposed to be M. M. So tama, 3. And that's supposed to be 3. Now, our solution is this. Diba sabi dito, find the probability that the blue beads must go together. So this is the blue, the 3. 3 factorial for the blue. For the gold, this must be the 4 factorial. And then the rest, diba remember, 3 times 4, that 3 plus 4 is 7. So that's 23 factorial for the rest. Pero times 24. Pero since it's a circular permutation, we need to remove that. So therefore, that is n minus n. So therefore, that is n minus r factorial. Diba remember, r is the condition. Since there are 2 r's, we have 4 and 3. So that's 7. So 7 factorial, diba? So 30 minus 7 factorial, that's 23 na lang. So itanggal din namin yung 24. Okay? So 3 factorial times 4 factorial times 23 factorial. Okay? And then, di ba remember, since it's asking for probability, so we type their product of fact of 13, fact of 3, fact of 4, fact of 23. Di ba? This is the answer that you will get. Pero our answer is supposed to be in probability. So therefore, we need to divide that by 30 minus, ano yun? 30 minus 1 factorial. Diba? So this is gonna be, ano yun? 30 minus 1 factorial. Diba? Kasi you remember, there are 30 beads all in all. So we need to divide that. And then divide this one, divide by this one. We should get the answer of, wow, that's a large answer. So that's equivalent to 0.0421210%. Wow, grabe naman. That is very, very tough to make that, okay? Tsaka very rare talaga for that to happen, if ever. So yun. And last problem, letter H. Para after that, magpahinga na tayo. Are you ready? Same as letter G, but find the probability that any of the pink beads must not be adjacent with the red ones. Ayan, kasi that is the toughest problem ever. Kasi nga yung mga pink beads at saka yung mga red beads, hindi pwede sila makasama. So therefore, after the pink bead, must come another bead other than red. Diba? So therefore, we're gonna have to divide. So therefore, we're gonna have to do everything step by step. Diba remember, there we have to do, ano yun? Diba remember, the pink beads must not be adjacent with each other. So dapat, ito yung formula. Diba remember, ito yung gagawin namin. Yung formula that the 10 pink beads are together are 10 factorial times 20 factorial times 21. Diba? Pero, because this is a circular permutation, we need to subtract. So therefore, this is gonna be, diba remember the formula, n minus r factorial. So n is 20 minus r factorial, which is 10 factorial. No, 30, diba? 30. And then, that becomes 20 factorial times 10 factorial. And then the total is supposed to be, the total is 30 minus 1 factorial. That is for 10 beads, diba? So that is for 10 beads. So you're gonna have to work this out step by step. So ito yung gawin namin. 30 minus 1 factorial, which is the total minus this criteria. And then this one, such that the pink beads does not be together. So let's say, for example, 10. And then now, it's going to be 9. 9 factorial, diba? So that will be, diba remember, if you were to write it in linear factorial, this will be 9 factorial. Pero, of course, the next one must not be a pink bead. So therefore, that should be another color. And actually, maybe siguro this is a math Olympiad question, so that's kind of hard. So I think I'll just leave it to the pros. Never mind if I can't do this one. So yeah, if you know the answer to this problem, just comment below. Okay? I think that's more like a math Olympiad question that I'm asking. So if you're a math Olympiad, just answer this for me. Okay?